only that, he was also in Tanzania, where Mr. Museveni studied at Dar es Salaam University, and so many things. But again, he's a veteran politician. He's not a novice. He is such a genius, and he knows what he's talking about, especially the matters of Uganda and the politics of Uganda. He's going to be, we'll be joining them with one of our own, Sharina Wall, where we'll be discussing issues of national importance. But again, in this week, we've seen some of the things. We've seen the merger of government agencies. We saw a proposal to merge the Ministry of Health, especially with the National Uganda Cancer Institute. Not only that, in this very week, we saw a vaccination drive that is moving around. We saw, first of all, the commander of the special forces, that is Commandant Lieutenant General David Kainerugaba Mohozi. But not only that, we also saw the Johnson Byabashaija, the commissioner of the prison, and we saw also it went to UPDF. We saw it in Naguru when they're taking the vaccination, their jabs. Not only that, also we saw in the parliament yesterday when they're engaging into the exercise. I want to hear from Mr. Mayengo whether he's going to be able to take a vaccination or he has already received. If not, what is his take about it? Not only that, there are so many things that have made news, and one of the things is that tight race, the horse race between Rebecca Kadaga, Honorable Speaker of Parliament, and her deputy, Jacob Olanya. What is with this sharp contention? Why is it so heated as never before or for this speakership race? We'll be talking to us and we'll be seeing what is going to happen. But how can we forget the proposal of a satellite to be raised in the space of Uganda for security purposes? Is it time yet, especially when Uganda is struggling with a dilapidated health system, and not only that, also the agriculture and also business and so many things, and we're going to see if we are having our priorities right. But about this time, we'll be joining them. Sharina Wall is having an exclusive interview with Mr. Mayengo Israel, and they'll be talking to us about these very things, what has really made news in this very week. There's so many things we'll be tackling about, but those will be center, and we are going to be asking him what he thinks about the politics of Uganda, the merger, the vaccination, and also the burial today of John Pombe Magufuli, and a great leader, the ex-Tanzanian president, who has recorded immense achievements, but now he is no more, succeeded by Suluhu Samir. Yes, I think we're going to be joined in a few seconds with Sharina Wall about right now. I think they're set. Please take us to that exclusive interview and we join them. Yeah, I think they're not yet here, but we are going to be joining in just a bit, in a moment.
To happen in our country, and the merging of various ministries to get to save taxpayers' money still is among the issues that happened this week. Most importantly, not forgetting that His Excellency, the late John Pombe Magufuli, will be laid to rest today in Tanzania. The various countries have stood in solidarity with our Tanzanian brothers and sisters to make sure that we give a proper send-off to the late president. Today we are live in Mayengo, joined by a veteran politician who is a former Buganda Minister for General Duties, and he's been former MP Kalangala. He's been a member of the National Committee Council. With me here, it is Owechitiwa Israel Mayengo on the show as we unfold the various events in this week. It's been a while, Owechitiwa.
Yes, indeed, it has been, and a lot of water has gone under the bridge.
Good morning. BTN TV viewers, can't wait. We need to break down the various issues that have taken place this week. As we were talking before, we've seen the Parliament celebrate 100 years, and we are asking ourselves, is it worth a celebration? And people need to know the history of these 100 years and look into the achievements of our Parliament as we speak right now.
That's a subject you should take a day because 100 years is not such a short time. From the time it started, that means that that Parliament existed even before Uganda existed. That Parliament existed before our independence. Our independence is only about 60 years, so we're talking about 40 years before independence. What has been achieved? Well, of course, the main purpose of a parliament, is to discuss issues, in other words, they say that instead of using blows, they use words. They talk and they come to agreement on various matters. So, as far as that is concerned, we have made a good start. As to whether we have really done what parliaments are supposed to do, that's another issue. These parliaments are designed after the Parliament of the United Kingdom. In that, the belief is that Parliament can do anything except turning a man into a woman. That we measure that and compare with whether our Parliament can do anything, whether our Parliament has the power to do as much as we expected, whether it is a substantial third part of the government, because as the government rests on the three pillars, Parliament is one of the strongest, with all its duties, with all its interests, and so a lot of things have to be expected out of it.
Looking at how Parliament operates as an individual, where would you think we need to improve? Because they contribute a lot on how we live, the bills that are passed, the laws. So where do you think an improvement needs to be done?
Well, the very first one, we look at the purpose. The main primary duty is to make laws for the peace of the country. If we are to succeed in that, that means that we have to earn the respect of the entire country. To earn the respect of the entire country, we have to have reasonably proportional representation of the country into the Parliament. As we speak today, we don't. You'll notice that the number of the portion of population in the West is lower than that in Uganda, for example. Yet, the West is represented by 137 representatives in Parliament, whereas, let's say, Uganda, which is far more populous than the West, is represented by only 105. Now, that type of thing already makes it difficult for Parliament to make laws to create peace. This is the primary aim, without which nothing should be expected, without which no progress is possible.
We are looking at the heat in a different version of the speakership race, where we're seeing Honorable Rebecca Kadaga, Honorable Olanya, and Semu Jungande plus the DP candidate coming in, and it is that at the time when some NRM candidates come out to say that the Speaker of Parliament was talked to way back in 2016 to leave that seat for his deputy, for the deputy Olanya. Where do we see our legislation moving on to? Because it is like we are having an August House that is showing us a different way of doing things. If opposition can't sit down to get one candidate and the leading party can't sit down to get one candidate, what does it show to the public out here?
Well, the first thing, when one says there is a heated race for the speakership, one wonders how many are going to elect the speaker. It's only MPs, isn't it? They're just about 500. So it is an electoral college which is going to do the election. That means, and they are, unfortunately, not yet in the House. Only a portion are members at the moment. The ones who will be electing the speaker will be sworn in at the beginning of May. Now, that means that will be the right body, the right electoral college to talk to. but they are now busy campaigning with the ones who are outgoing. How do they expect to do it? And they are doing it in an embarrassing way, by the way, because the Speaker of the House is such an important position in the country. Remember, it's number 3 after the President, the Vice President, comes the Speaker. Now imagine that we could hear things like some kind of bribes in the speakership race. That is an awful crime. Imagine the Speaker is one who is going to be leading a group of fighters against corruption. Now he has to corrupt the members of Parliament to elect him so that he may fight corruption. That's awful. How can he succeed in that? He can't, because they have started with the corruption itself. So that aspect of campaigning is really embarrassing. I've said, first of all, that the campaign is in the wrong group. Unless they go out into the villages and look for the parliamentary, for those who have been elected to be in parliament starting in May, and start campaigning in those ones, because those are the ones who will be part of the electoral college. The use of money is awful, and this goes back to sustain the worst enemy that the country has at the time of independence and all along. I've always been worried. The country suffers faced with 3 enemies: enemy of poverty, enemy of ignorance, and the enemy of disease. However, today's enemy, number 1, who supersedes all those 3, is corruption. Because corruption can prevent people from getting the medicine to fight disease. Corruption can prevent people from paying the teachers to fight ignorance. Corruption can let down anything. So at the moment, corruption is our worst enemy. Unfortunately, in the methods which are being used for elections, not only for the Speaker, but also for the members of Parliament, corruption features as a requirement for one is elected.
So sad to note. And getting away from the Parliament, we are looking at, according to the presidential directive, we are going to see a merge in ministries to make sure that the government of Uganda can save over 900 billions and more if we get the ministries merging and the various agencies from over 188 to about 65. How is that? Is it the right time, or we took too long?
It would have taken too long. We should have had a minimal number of ministries right from the beginning. I always keep wondering. I grew up in America, you remember that. I always keep wondering, how is it that the United States of America, with 375 million people, has only 12 ministries?
Just 12.
Just 12. And when you add on the president, you get the cabinet of only 13. Here we are with 80, and a population of just about 45 million people. You see that there is incompetence, poor organization. I do not see why we should have that many ministries with the expenses that go into keeping the ministry afloat. I think it's high time, and it's almost belated that we are thinking of merging the ministry. Now imagine having the Ministry of Education, the Ministry of Youth, and yet another one, probably another one of Culture. Each one separate, with all that goes to make a ministry. And in an African setting, remember that each minister is a kind of a demigod, as my friends call them. Each minister is a demigod with substantial expenses, a house provided by the government, all kinds of other facilities. Nowadays, they even have protection. Imagine.
We have the trips, the endless trip.
Oh, the endless trips, which are a total waste. As a matter of fact, you talked about and how let the ministers go there. And we used to argue the country had ambassadors. And those ambassadors should be competent enough to represent the country in whatever is being discussed. We have ambassadors, generally speaking, who are sleeping. They're just sleeping. That is how we get things like investors, They are looking only for investors instead of looking for technocrats. Instead of looking for technocrats who know how to produce glass, and they will come and work with companies which we have here making glass. We're looking for a company to come and invest in a plant belonging to them, their own employees, producing glass here. Now, those are sleep ambassadors that we unfortunately we do have. So, in any case, the ministries should have been limited to just a few. I wouldn't expect anything more than 15 ministries, right from the beginning. And I think if the president succeeds in doing that, we have done a great job. But here in our small circumstances, we have to consider, have we producing a Muslim? How about the Catholics? How many Baganda are there? How many Acholis are there? How many Westerners? To balance all this. Oh, by the way.
Political parties.
Oh, the political parties. The known ones. It's the oldest one, which doesn't have any member of parliament. The Labour Party. And the one which considers itself the oldest one, the Democratic Party, with probably about half a dozen members. And the latest one, among the teenagers wearing red dresses, which has the majority now. So all those considerations are considered totally unnecessary. What we should be looking at are the regions. As a matter of fact, my suggestion would be to have a bicameral parliament made of two parts. One part representing regions in equal numbers, regardless of the population, and then another part representing citizens in the proportions. Just say one member of parliament represents 500,000 people, or we represent, let's say, 20,000. So we just go on dividing that. We get the numbers automatically. But with the other one, representatives of regions, can say, okay, North representative, let's say, 15 people. East, 15. Uganda, 15, regardless of population. The West, 15. And so we have an upper house here made of 60 members. Whatever name we give them. We may call them senators, we may call them senior legislators, whatever name we choose. But they are representing the regions on equal footing, regardless of their populations. 15, 15, 15. Then we say that's our upper house. Then we get the lower house, which we say in this lower house, the representative, each representative represents, let's say, 200,000 people. And so you just divide up and say how many should have, provided that each area should have a representative, and you cannot fail to get it.
That is a nice one. Just to get you away from that, because time is not our best ally. We are seeing that late John Pombe Magufuli being laid to rest today in Kagera, that is Tanzania. After days of mourning for the late, we cannot forget the good things he has done for his country in a very, very short period of time. There's been a debate everywhere praising the son of Africa, the late John Pombe Magufuli. What should the African leaders learn from him?
I think they should learn that the greatest enemy of this continent is selfishness. If you defeat that, you can look forward to some degree of success. You can look forward to a degree of success. Now, it is selfishness which causes people to be corrupt. It is selfishness that breeds greed. Now, those are the parents of corruption. And corruption is the main reason why we are almost falling out of line with the country, with the world as it makes progress. That's the reason why we have wars here which are endless, tribal wars. Magufuli had almost found a solution to the problem of selfishness, which is the cause of corruption.
Though some people actually thought he was violating human rights.
Well, in many ways, those who think that their human rights are being violated are the ones who say, I have the right to own things, you know. The question is, yes you do, but do you have the right to steal them from your fellow citizens? In which case, if they're taken away from you, you then can cry out loudly that your human rights have been violated.
Just a quick one. We are having the Uganda satellite space board here. We've seen countries like Ethiopia, Rwanda, and Kenya having theirs. Is this the right time where Uganda should be investing in a satellite at this particular time?
I really don't know about that. Because I do think the Ugandans need much more things which are more basic to the needs of our population than fancy things like satellites. At the moment, what are we lacking really? It's the government which knows probably what we are lacking. But as far as the ordinary people are concerned, people who are looking for good educations, people who are looking for reasonably good hospitals, sensible medical services, and you talk about satellite systems, the villagers will ask you, what are those? So I think that we have more things which cry for being prioritized than such a fancy ideas as satellite systems.
OHTV, before I let you go, what are your last remarks for those who are watching BTN TV right now, depending on what is happening in our country?
Those who are watching BTN, my last word is that everything that we have which is bothering us depends on the nature of the constitution that we do have. Parliament has been lately talking about amendments to the constitution. The best idea Parliament can do is to set up a constitutional review commission made of people who do not have immediate interest in the next election, to review the constitution thoroughly without worrying as how long it will take, without worrying as how much it will cost, so that we get a constitution that will achieve lasting peace in this country and that will manage to put the various communities of the country into harmony.
Thank you so much. For those who are still watching BTN TV Storage Live, my name is Sharina Awori. That's been it a wrap here. We are still live in Mayengo. We've been talking to OHTV Israel Mayengo to break down the issues of concern to the public. Thank you so much for watching. Let's get back to our colleagues Imi Candace, Wahab, Kintu, and Chantal in studio. Good morning.
Israel. Ate nga musajja wa Kabaka yayogedde ku bintu bingi nnyo naye ng'ebimu byayogeddeko okuddamu nti amending a constitution, a thorough amendment of the constitution, okubaga okuddamu ssemateeka n'abagibwa buto n'omwoyo omulungi kijja kutuyamba bannayuganda. Ayogedde ku satellite n'agamba Uganda tenatuuka kwetaaga bintu ebyo, wabula ndowooza abantu babu kye beetaaga ge malwaliro amalungi, ebyenzi by'obujjajjabi ebirungi n'ebyokusoma ebirungi by'olyawo n'ebyobulimi agriculture. Era nayogera ne ku merging, okugatta ministries. Gavumenti yavaayo negamba nti ebitongole byayo byonna bigattibwe okukendeeza ku nsaasaanyi yali eyisusse obw'obulamuzi. Jo zitwalabye nga bagamba bateesa bagatte Mulago bagigatte ne Cancer Institute, ate ne bavaayo ne bagamba n'ebitongole bino ebyobulamuzi, Uganda World Authority, Wide Authority ne Tourism Board, bonna babigatte bibeere wamu. Abamu ne bagamba nti ate tourism kyo tukireke kibeere bwannamunigina. Bingi byayogedde, nayogera ne ku Magufuli, omusajja yalwanyisa enguzi naye yakikola nga teerowoozaako yekka. N'agamba nti engeri y'okulwanyisamu enguzi kwe kujjawo okwerowoozaako wekka wabula n'olowooza ku bantu abala. Bingi nnyo wennyini wenjagala bakwano bange mu ddakiika buli omu 3 tukifundikire, ate abantu okuba amasimu batubuulire boki kye balowooza ku kuteesa kwa omukulu Israel Mayengo. Yes, wahab.
Mu bimu ku byasinze okubeera nga
twogera ku bikoze amawulire.
Yes, naye nga nja kukomentinga nnyo ku kintu kya enguzi eyo nga bwe yetambudde ne comment gyawadde side yawo. Agambye nti ekireetera abantu okuba nga balinnya enguzi kwe kuba nti waliwo a degree of selfishness egenda mu maaso, naye bw'obeera ng'okijjeewo omuntu n'atandika okulowooza ng'alowoolezaamu ffenna wabula si ku nze, aba ajja kukola obulungi mu mirimu gyonna gy'aba agenda maaso n'okubeera nga akola. Ndowooza lyeri ekkubo lye tulina okubeera nga tukwata. Then wiiki nga bw'etambudde yonna ekintu ekyasinze okubeera nga kinkwatako ng'oggyeko bino ebya Pulezidenti Magufuli okubeera nga yatuva ku maaso agenda kuziikibwa olunaku olwaleero, kyekintu ekyo kya satellite kye balowooza okubeera nga bakola space technology gwe balowoozaako mu ggwanga erya Uganda. Just like wekitiibwa Mayengo engeri gy'ayogeddemu n'agamba nti kino si kye twetaaga olunaku olwaleero. Nze naawe tukkiriziganya nti bino ebintu ebimu si bye twetaaga olwaleero. Bwe tuba nga tukyalina abakyala abazaalira mu nkuubo z'amalwaliro. Jjo nabadde ndaba amawulire nga eruweero eyo waliyo ekitundu amalwaliro gyegali yes, naye nga temulimu ddagala nalimu, nti abantu balina force okubeera nga bava mu kitundu ekyeruweero okugenda e Nakaseke okubeera nga bafunayo ku ddagala eritandikirwako. Bwe tuba nga ebintu ebyo tetubiina mu society, tuyinza kutandika kulowooza ku kintu kinene nga space technology, nga tukyalina abaana abatasoma oba abali nga ebibiina bye basomeramu nti omusana bwe gwaka ennyo tebajja kusoma, enkuba bw'etonnya tebajja kusoma, nga mu extreme conditions tebajja kusoma. Tetuyinza kubeera nga tulowooza ku mbeera eyo. Bwe tuba nga tuli mu nsi nga mu kibuga eky'eggwanga wakati mukyalimu enguudo embi, lw'otuukako n'ogamba naye kati wano sigenda kuyitawo emmotoka kantaninge ngende mbe nga mpitira ewantu eryo olw'okuba nti ekkubo liri impassable, tuyinza kubeera nga olowooza ku kintu ekyo. Omanyi waliwo mukwano gwange yali alina ekintu kyanyumizaawo, naŋŋamba yalina owa bodaboda amuvugako ku boda n'amugamba nti naye ndowooza kati Uganda ye true definition of a developing country, kubanga buli woyita waliwo work ongoing, waliwo oluguudo lwe bali mukola, waliwo ekizimbe kye bali mu kuzimba, waliwo ekintu kyonna ekikolebwa. Nze ndowooza nti bwe tuba nga tukyali mu mbeera eyo, gano makubo bali mu kuziba binnya, simanya amalwaliro temuli mu ddagala, okusoma abasomesa tebasasulwa ssente, abayizi tebafuna kyamisana ku ssomero, nga ebintu byonna ebyo tukyabirya. Lwaki okwata billions ezigenda okgenda actually mu trillions, nti tukute trillions 30 tuziinvestinze mu space technology, nga bino ebintu bikyetaagisa tusooke tumalirize ebintu ebiri basic mu bulamu bw'Abannayuganda, then bino tusobola okubeera nga tubituukako. Tekirina we kyawandiikibwa nti gwe nga gwe omuntu gwalina okgenda mu bitabo nti gwe wakola kino, gwe n'aleeta space technology, gwakoze kino. No, buli omu alima n'atuukako watuuse, abalala ne bongerezaawo.
When we talk about the highlights of this week, njagadde nnyo how owekitiibwa Israel Mayengo engeri gyayogedde ku bintu bino nti Magufuli wadde he was regarded, I'm going to start with Magufuli the late, wadde he was regarded as a human rights abuser according to certain reports and all that. Like I told you, for certain leaders, you may not know why they do the things they do, but it's for the better of the people. Agambie, he had almost found a solution to the selfishness of most African leaders. It's not something it is selfishness. We are just selfish. And then when you talk about a merging of ministries, interestingly, the population in the United States of America is way
375 million.
375 million. We are 47. We have 47 million people, and they have only 12 ministries, and we have 80 ministries. You get it? And then there is incompetence and disorganization, you know, in these ministries, and which is true. I tried to do a little bit of research on Uganda wants to merge over 180 agencies, commissions, and authorities, and this is going to help reduce our salary bill to close by 988 billion Uganda shillings. Close by. Now, I do pray and hope that when that salary burden is taken down, we actually get to see that money do something for the Ugandans. Talk about the satellite. We have so far spent $40 million on just one in Egypt. And then we are we are looking at, he talked about the basics. Let's go back to, a country is made of people, not roads, not the satellite, not the schools. It is we the people that make the
satellite
country.
Is for security purposes, and we need security. Security evangeli antagonized. This is